welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're getting into something that, well, often causes headaches in software development.
Mm-hmm. Quality assurance.
Exactly. Keeping quality high without, completely derailing schedules or budgets.
It's the perennial balancing act.
So our deep dive today is on an AI agent called TestSprite. We're working from Product Hunt excerpts, so we've got a good look at features and, importantly, real user feedback.
Yeah, and that feedback is key. For ages, proper testing has been, well, necessary but slow. A bottleneck.
Right.
So our mission really is to figure out how TestSprite says it can change that whole process. What makes this AI agent different? And, what impact is it actually having out there?
Okay, let's cut to the chase then. What exactly is TestSprite? Is it just another automation tool or...
It's more than that, actually. They call it an AI agent, so think of it less like a script runner and more like a virtual QA engineer.
A virtual QA engineer.
Yeah. It's designed to understand the application, figure out what tests are needed, actually generate the test front end, back end, both.
Wow, okay.
Run the tests, and then even find and suggest fixes for the bugs it finds. Pretty much autonomously.
The whole workflow.
That's the fascinating part, yeah. From the planning stage right through execution and even debugging, the scope is really broad.
That does sound like a step change from, just running pre-written scripts.
Definitely.
Now, they make some pretty bold claims. I saw figures like cutting testing costs by up to 90% and speeding up delivery.
Those are the headline numbers?
For a lot of teams listening, that might sound, well, almost too good to be true. How does it actually pull that off? Where's the magic?
Well, the up to 90% is ambitious, for sure. But the how is interesting. It's not just about running tests faster. It's about automating the thinking part of test creation.
The thinking part.
Right, through natural language interaction. So you can basically tell it what you want to test in plain English.
Oh, okay.
And the AI figures out how to turn that intent into actual working test cases. It's sort of democratizes really robust testing, makes it accessible even if you don't have a huge dedicated QA team or budget. That's how you get those potential savings, by changing the effort needed.
So it's really a different way of approaching testing itself, not just an incremental improvement.
Exactly, a different model.
And the acid test then is, what are the users saying? Is it living up to this in the real world?
It seems like it, yeah. The Product Hunt feedback is strong. It's got a 4.8 rating, I think, from about 49 reviews.
That's pretty high.
It is. People are calling it a game changer, an indispensable tool. They like the ease of use, the design.
Any specifics? Like concrete examples?
Yeah, one user specifically mentioned it fixes breakages automatically and that it cut our QA time in half. That's a direct quote.
Cut QA time in half. Wow.
Yeah, and apparently it's versatile too. People are even using it for things like basic game prototypes, testing sprites and things.
Okay, hearing that direct impact, cut QA time in half, that's really compelling.
It really is.
But it can't all be perfect, right? What about the other side? Any criticisms or areas where users want more?
Good question. Yeah, there's balanced feedback. The main thing popping up seems to be around trials.
Trials.
People want more flexible trial options for the different pricing plans.
Yeah.
To properly evaluate it before committing.
Makes sense, especially if it changes your workflow that much.
Exactly. You need to really kick the tires, see how it fits with your specific setup, your CI/CD pipeline, all that. It's not just a small utility. It's potentially a paradigm shift.
Right.
And it's worth noting, it's moving fast. Version 1.0 was, January 2025?
Right.
And 2.0 followed in July 2025. Their tagline now is, let your AI code will make it work, which is quite a statement.
Let your AI code will make it work. Okay, so summing this up then, what does this really mean for you listening to this? Maybe you're a developer, maybe you lead a team. TestSprite seems like a genuinely innovative tool making waves.
Definitely impactful.
Yeah.
And it leads to a really interesting question, doesn't it?
Go.
Well, as these AI agents, like TestSprite, get better and better at handling not just testing, but maybe even generating the code itself, what happens next? How might the actual day-to-day roles of software developers, of QA professionals, how might those roles evolve? And maybe sooner than we think.
That is something to think about. How do these roles change when the AI takes on more of the heavy lifting?
Exactly. Food for thought.
Definitely something to ponder. Okay, that wraps up this deep dive. Thanks for tuning in.